So I'm going on a road trip to South Dakota, and a lot of people might think South Dakota is extremely random, but that is where I'm from. There is a greater reason, but the reason I'm most excited is to actually wash my car. It's kind of a where all things started kind of story. So where I'm from is the east side of South Dakota in a small city called Sioux Falls, South Dakota. More specifically, exactly where I grew up. We had a long driveway, a little brick house full of vines, large trees, and everything green and very grotesque in its own special way. This specifically is where my two strongest passions first began. So going back in time a little bit, I grew up detailing cars first as a job, knowing I liked cars, but not really knowing exactly what kind of cars. In the specific area I grew up in, it was heavily like American muscle. So as the friend group that I was in was really into European cars, and that's where my heaviest passion for a specific car group first began. As well, starting with passions, growing up I always had a camera in my hand. After high school I sold my undesirable hand-me-down daily driven car to buy my first big boy DSLR camera, a Nikon D3100 Nikon D5000. And from there tried to chase my vision of taking beautiful pictures like people I followed on like the social media site Tumblr, like your Mike Burrows, who's also on the Shine Squad, of Stance Works. I just wanted to be able to take professional-esque photos of my own. So then again, a couple years later, my next delve into a serious passion was the purchase of the car I really fell in love with, which is a 1990 BMW 325 IS. Suddenly from there, the two passions could kind of combine, or three of a sort, both with a car I absolutely and actually loved, keeping it clean, detailing a car for actual passion and not just for a job, and photography, and becoming so enamored with the 80s styling of the boxy fenders and the dual headlights, or even just searching for a way to photograph it uniquely versus what I was seeing online, or just for the specific elements that I loved it for. So after 2 semesters in college in 2013, the backgrounds to my images changed in that I moved to Utah. Though again, my backgrounds changed, my desires and passions did not. And as these two paths continued, by the year 2016, I had two of the biggest blessings to date in my life happen. So the first blessing I received was I actually got sponsored. And for those that know my high school YouTube days, it wasn't for fake scootering.
Oh! Yeah.
It was for my love of detailing, my small community of followers on Instagram, and of course my ability to use a camera. So that sponsor, as you may know, was Turtle Wax for their second year of their Shine Squad program. I knew it was a big deal, but at the time I didn't know it would be such a big life changer as far as my photography career, becoming a freelancer, and eventually even becoming a videographer for them. Which, if you haven't seen any of their how-to videos recently, if you go to their YouTube and check those out, there's a fair chance the last couple of years that I might have done one of those, or that the car in the video is the one sitting next to me. Getting to work with some of the products I had already used in the past, and then having new products from them come out every single year that are so easy to love, and then also getting to create content with these products, it's kind of a scenario that I feel like I couldn't really make up. So the second blessing in 2016 came in the form of a freelance job from BMW USA, alongside my brother, who's a writer, in the form of a road trip down the coast of California in a brand new BMW for 2 weeks. Again, something that seems fairly unmake-upable. Though years have passed and hair on top of my head has faded, the two passions that have stayed closest to my heart are still right there and have still stayed their course. I do still have an old BMW in the garage that's been waiting for parts for about 2 years now, though I am patient because I know once it's together, this long journey will make it one of the sweetest cars I've been able to enjoy to date and by my own hands. And then we have, from fun, unique film photography to the ever-evolving digital world and my professional work, photography is as live as it ever has been. At that, the beginning of everything is very well known and often thought about, both to remind me how long it's been, yet not that long, and how long yet I still have to go. The path that I have is very subjective, and I don't really know it completely yet. All because of the passion around a camera, a car, a wash bucket, and that specific driveway. Or wait, 2 wash buckets. Make sure you use 2 wash buckets. So anyway, it's time to wash a car, take a road trip, wash it in South Dakota, take another road trip, wash it again and again and again and again and again and again.